Viktor Frankl wrote about a moment inside Auschwitz when a prisoner was moved to tears by the sight of a sunset. The conditions were brutal beyond description. The cold was severe. The hunger was constant. The danger was total. And yet, something in this man, something that the camp had not managed to destroy, responded to the beauty of light changing over the mountains. Frankl observed this with the attention of a clinician and the recognition of a fellow prisoner. Meaning had not been eliminated. It had found the smallest possible crack and pushed through. This story contains one of Frankl's most important and least discussed insights. Meaning does not require drama. Contemporary culture has a peculiar bias toward the extraordinary. We treat meaning as something that arrives through crisis, achievement, adventure, or romantic intensity. The ordinary day, the conversation with a friend, the meal prepared carefully, the work done well without audience, the small kindness extended without expectation of return. These are treated as the backdrop against which real meaning occasionally appears. Frankl's clinical and personal experience suggested the opposite. The experiential values, the second of his 3 pathways to meaning, are available in the texture of daily life in a way that the extraordinary is not. Beauty is not rare. Goodness is not rare. Connection is not rare. What is rare is the quality of attention that allows us to receive them. He described patients who were waiting for their lives to really begin, waiting for the right relationship, the right career, the right circumstances, while the life they actually had was passing unnoticed. This waiting has an existential cost that is difficult to calculate, because it is not experienced as loss. It is experienced as anticipation. The person feels that they are on the verge of meaning, not that they are missing it. But the present moment, meanwhile, is being sacrificed to a future that may or may not arrive in the form imagined. Frankl was not preaching gratitude in the contemporary self-help sense. He was making a phenomenological observation. The person who is genuinely present to their experience, to the taste of food, the sound of music, the face of someone they love, the satisfaction of a problem solved, is accessing real value. Not simulated value. Not constructed positive thinking. Actual value, embedded in actual experience. In the camps, this capacity became a survival mechanism. The prisoners who could still experience beauty, who could still be moved by a joke, by a memory, by a piece of music heard in the distance, maintained something that those who had closed off completely did not. Frankl did not romanticize this as happiness. It was something more austere, the preservation of the capacity to receive meaning, even when meaning was available only in the smallest quantities. The practical implication for ordinary life is radical in its simplicity. You do not need to wait for a meaningful life. You need to attend to the one you have. The friend you spoke to today, did you actually listen? The meal you ate, did you taste it? The work you finished, did you notice the satisfaction of completion? The beauty that was present in your day, did you receive it? Frankl was not suggesting that this is easy, or that it substitutes for the pursuit of deeper purposes. He was observing that the person who has trained their attention to receive experiential value in the small things has a resource that the person who ignores them does not, and that this resource is particularly vital in the moments, which come for everyone, when the larger sources of meaning are temporarily unavailable. The meaning of a life is not the sum of its dramatic peaks. It is the accumulated quality of attention brought to the full range of experience, including, and perhaps especially, the ordinary. Frankl's sunset inside Auschwitz was not an accident. It was the result of a man who had trained himself, over a lifetime, to receive what was actually there. Subscribe to The Psychology of Viktor Frankl to explore more of his timeless ideas.